Hello, hello, this is Grace Everlasting 7 here, and this is Pickups Video Episode 2. And I'm pretty excited about these finds that I have for this month, so let's dive right in and check it out. And the first game I have here, no particular order either, is Shovel Knight for the Nintendo 3DS. And it is still sealed. I haven't opened it yet, I haven't tried it. But I've heard a lot of good things about this game, so I am pretty excited to try it. I have heard it's a little hard though, but that's okay. I don't mind as long as it's fun. I don't care. I do believe there is some DLC coming out for Shovel Knight this year. They haven't made a complete announcement of the final date yet, but they have said 2018. And I'm looking forward to trying out all the DLC because I don't have any of it yet. But I'm looking forward to playing this also. Next here is a Nintendo DS game, Metroid Prime Hunters. And I am a big Metroid fan. Played it since the NES. Some of them are a little difficult, but it's still fun. And this has some slightly different gameplay from what I remember. I haven't popped this in a little while. I did a little bit just to check it out and test it, but I didn't really get into too much of the gameplay, so I don't remember much about it. But I'm pretty excited about this one. Next here is another DS game, Final Fantasy XII. Revenant Wings. And some of you might want to sit down for this, but I have never played a Final Fantasy game. I know, I hope you were sitting. I've never played a Final Fantasy game. I guess when I was younger I wasn't really that into these types of games or even into RPG games really. So I saw this for the DS, I decided to pick it up and give it a try. So I'll let you know what I think of the Final Fantasy series. Next we have Assassin's Creed 2 Discovery. And I have not played the Assassin's Creed series at all either. And we'll see how well it plays on the DS. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll give it a go, see if I like it on the DS. Otherwise I might have to get this game on a real console, you know, not a handheld where they have to kind of pare down the game. So we'll see how this one goes. All right, next I have a couple of GameCube games, and we have Mario Power Tennis, and I'll pull up the other one because it's similar. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. And I love getting games with the Mario characters in them. It's a lot of fun. And sports games especially is a lot of fun with the Mario characters. I'm not really a big fan of the general sports games, like, you know, RBI baseball and things like that. They're just not really my style. But having Mario characters in them, I think makes them a lot of fun. So I enjoy them a lot. So yeah, Mario Golf and Mario Power Tennis. And over here, I have a couple of Game Boy Advance games. The first one is Breath of Fire 2, and this is complete in box. And actually, I wasn't planning on getting this on the Game Boy Advance. Breath of Fire 2, actually Breath of Fire 1 and 2, is originally on the SNES. As far as I know, I'm not too familiar with this series, but I saw this in the store. It was in Half Price Books. It was pretty cheap, and so I decided to grab it and give this a go on the Game Boy Advance. I have not played this originally on the SNES, so this will be my first go at the game on the Game Boy Advance, and we'll see how it goes. And the other Game Boy Advance game I have is Final Fantasy IV Advance, and like I said before, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, and apparently it looks like I'm starting to collect the Final Fantasy games, so I'll dive into them and see how it goes. And I do believe it says it was previously released as Final Fantasy II for the Super NES. And I know I believe the Final Fantasy games were numbered differently when they came to North America, so I still have to figure that one out since I'm kind of new to this, but I look forward to giving the Final Fantasy games a try. Okay, on to SNES game here, and this one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. And I did play this one as a kid. I'm pretty excited to have this now as an adult again, and my husband also loves this game, and we had popped it in and played this together, and this is really a lot of fun. If you do not have this game, you definitely need to pick this one up. Just the cart is getting a little pricey, but if you can afford it, I would definitely swing the money for this game for sure. And what I have here for the Super Famicom is The Legend of Zelda. And in North America, this was A Link to the Past. I can't remember what it is in Japanese, and I can't read this at all. Not at all. So, I want to say they called it Triforce something, or something of the Triforce. I could be totally wrong. I could be thinking of something else. But this is the Japanese version of it, and I bought it because it was cheaper than the North American version, and I can put this in my Retron 5, get a translation patch, and ta-da, I can then play this game in English. So I'm pretty excited to have this in my collection no matter what. And finally, we're on to the NES pile over here. And we have Life Force, which is actually a pretty fun shooter. My husband and I wanted to pick this one up because it's a two-player shooter, actually, and my husband and I were sitting there playing it. It is a little difficult, actually, but it is a lot of fun, and I try to find as many games as I can that are two-player co-op, because my husband and I like to play games together, so two-player co-ops are fun. And if you know any two-player co-op games that I miss in my collections, you know, put it down in the comments below and give some suggestions. I would appreciate that. Next we have Gauntlet 2. Pretty fun. Pretty excited to have this on the NES. Did play a little bit in the arcade. And this one isn't too bad. My husband and I were playing it a little bit. And the last game we have here is Double Dragon. And I remember playing this vaguely in the arcade. It seemed familiar to me. My husband were playing this a little bit too. And unfortunately, there is no two-player co-op. So we're kind of just trading off a little bit. But this is still a pretty fun game nonetheless. Alright, that wraps it up for my pickups video, episode 2. Stay tuned for more videos. And again, please leave in the comments any two-player co-op games that maybe I missed or that you enjoyed playing, and I will be sure to check those out because I'm always looking for two-player co-ops. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.